I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the twin deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging blunt, smoking sacks up and hacks and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honey's wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my yak? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Then I throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take two for front for me to start something. Bucking and bucking at niggas like I was stuck running. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to WVN, coming at you again. This is Joe. I'm just here, just chilling and vibing with you guys. I'm going to be doing some DJing with you guys. While I'm doing the DJing, because I'm going to be going over some beats. I'm going to be hitting up some tunes. And I thought, this would be a good refresher. So while I do that, actually, I think I like how I do that. So I'm going to be doing that with doing beats and everything and pretty much going over to new songs and everything. But I also want to be able to talk with you guys about latest tunes, music, things coming out and stuff, whatever you want to talk about. Because this is your 45 minutes to sit with me and we talk about whatever. There's no right or wrong. I'll drop it in the chat. But I'm more or less, I want to be chill tonight. I only want to do like 45 minutes. I really don't want to be here too long. I already said my piece on one topic and I'm over that. So, but I also want to be able to chill out with you guys and just actually do some beats and actually just hang out. What's going on, Mo? So one of the biggest things that I definitely want to go over was pretty much the nation is opening up. And I also wanted to just say, like, hey, I really don't care. I'm actually fine with it. All I see this as is just another us versus them versus us. Who wants to go out and do that? And I'm fine with it. I mean, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do with your life. Just keep me out of your conversations. But see, some people see that as a big issue where they feel like, if I go out, why don't you want to come out? Are you afraid? And I'm like, why do you care? Why do you care? It's my business. What I do with my life, all of a sudden you start caring what I do. I mean, if you out there making your coin, make your coin. But I find it very interesting that a lot of people are complaining about what said people want to do with themselves. And they're making a big stink about it. Should people be like that? Nah, not really. But people are making a big issue about different series of what happened. Now, I want to hit on another thing. I want to hit on another thing, but like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of rapid fires. I'm going to see if I can actually do this as much as I can. And I want to just knock this out really quick. I want to knock this out really quick for a lot of stuff that is going to be going down the pipe. So let's go ahead, get to the buffoonery of everything going on in 45 minutes and plus. All right, guys, please feel free to put in your like, your dislikes, or whatever else you see going on. I'm all for it. I just want to have some fun tonight. Listen to some tunes. While you get to listen, I'm listening right now, MF Doom. And I'm just chilling. Right now, not too long ago, I was playing Biggie. So let's go ahead and look at this topic right here. So Gabrielle Union once advised Stephen Curry and Ayesha Curry to break up. Now, this happened before their marriage. I don't know why it's relevant, but I find it very interesting that they brought it up now. And for whatever reason why they brought it up, Gabrielle once told Stephen Curry and Aisha to break up. They had met as mere teens, and she thought they should sow some wild oats. The star told the now married pair. Now, a lot of people feel that was out of pocket of Gabrielle saying that. But I'm going to be for real. I understand why Gabrielle had told Aisha that. And a lot of people say, well, Gabrielle Union was out of pocket for telling Aisha Curry that. Let me tell you this. Getting married is a serious thing. Because once you take that dive, once you take that lunge, it's kind of hard to, just jump out of it. Not to say that marriage isn't a beautiful thing. Not to say that, you shouldn't take it serious or that you shouldn't be thinking about certain stuff. But holistically, you should very well, get said stuff out of your system. And we see this happen a lot in a lot of said couples, a lot of said relationships. I can't lie because honestly, that happened with doggone Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade. One big issue that happens with a lot of couples, especially when they get in said relationship, is that they start to say like, well, dang, I feel like I missed out on this. I feel like I missed out on that. And, they kind of feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, Scream. Listen, we already know how she is. Like, Gabrielle, her parenting skills are very questionable. But I will say this, that for a lot of y'all, before y'all rush up the altar, you should possibly, take time, get to know yourself before you talk about getting with somebody else, that you want to jump straight into making a family, that you want to do X, Y, and Z. Because once you do that, anything can happen. We don't want it where you're with one person and then all of a sudden you see something going on, in your relationship, and then you're like, I'm bailing out. This is not what I thought about. You should probably get it out of your system. So I encourage people, take your time, get your schooling out of the way, learn yourself, do certain set stuff you have on your bucket list, but also remember that, hey, at some point you're also going to want to start a family. So don't make no serious mistakes. Be conservative about what you want to do, but also be wise in taking your time, because relationship is a big, serious thing. That's a big step, because now you're sharing your life with somebody else. And that's something that you should really be taking into account. We see a lot of people, they jump and just have a baby. And then just jumping and having a baby, that's a big thing. That ain't no toy. That baby's a life. It's a human being. So this is something that you should definitely look at and go over. So hang on, we got I think Mo jumped up there. What's going on, Mo?
What's up, man? I got Corona right here. The Corona.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you been, man? How you been?
I've been good. I'm chilling, man.
I see you got some drinks going on. So welcome on up here, man. I'm just chilling and vibing. 45 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing too much else going on. What are some stuff that you want to get off your chest? We also join here with Kelly.
Hey.
So Kelly, what is some stuff y'all want to get off y'all chest? We got 45 minutes to burn of whatever we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? What are the things y'all feel that y'all like to talk about? We can talk about any and everything. There's no sacred cow in the room.
Man.
Hey, look, I was just on my panel. Not panel. I did a 45-minute video too, right before I got here, and I was talking about thinking outside the box. When I say thinking outside the box, it's not just about thinking. It's about being in that bubble. I mean, the quarantine, man, and I believe a lot of that stuff has been, you know, ordained by man, not by the spirit, you know. And I just believe that we all have a right to be out there. Remember when Hurricane Katrina was out there? It was our right to go ahead and drown. It was our right to stay there, to go ahead and you know, to be isolated if we want to. In the Hurricane Katrina, people was dying about you know, from the diseases down from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi. You know, they was letting everybody be free. But why is the problem with everybody being free right now? It's like they taking away our right. They didn't do that for Hurricane Katrina. They was allowing people to die slowly.
Okay. So you feel, listen, I should have the right to choose how I want to be the master of my own fate, correct?
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that. You know, I don't have a problem. Like I said, if people want to go out, I'm not going to stop. You feel me?
Right.
Like, that's not for me. That you got one life to live. How you want to do it is how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to stop you. I just be like, well, just respect my space. I respect your space.
Yes.
You and Kelly want to run outside barefoot in the rain. That's on y'all. I'm going to stand. I'm going to just be in the window watching y'all. Y'all going to be like, BMT, come on out. I'm like, no. Y'all having fun out there. y'all have fun. I'm not going to stop y'all too. Y'all have fun. Just throw me a Corona up at my window and I'll try to catch it. But
we have not been quarantined.
Really?
We've been doing our thing. Nothing has stopped us from, I mean, you know, eating, going out, getting food, shopping. We've been doing what we do. So
okay. I mean, I can't really say nothing because the thing about it is, I mean, I've gone to Walmart. I've done, you know, I've been going out shooting, walking, and stuff like that. I've been doing stuff in my own pace. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing some grilling and different other stuff. You know, it you know, I mean, I had the next door neighbors running my backyard when they saw kids with guns shooting at, you know, but I got a range in my backyard. So, you know, people were freaking out. Why are kids and little girls with guns out there in the back? You know, that was just, the police came back there and they were like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, it's them in their backyard. We can't really do. I said, technically, you're on my property. I allowed you to come back here. So,
BMT, you got a big backyard?
Yeah, I got a really big backyard. I got a back.
Oh, okay. I got the big joint. Okay,
I got a whole. Listen, man. Like, if somebody get on my property, I mean, God forbid if you able to make it off. Like, I mean, that's a good 7 to 9 guns shooting at you. So, I mean, I welcome whoever wants to try. I ain't gonna stop you. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I think before the end of this week, I'm gonna do some footage of me going to the 48 acres. I got 48 acres on another property. I'm gonna take y'all to. That has to get cleared out. So I'm gonna take all of y'all to show y'all that. So that's other stuff that we're gonna be doing. I was gonna show y'all.
I'm kind of stranded in the city.
I gave birth to 6 babies this week.
Wow.
I'm almost a whole certified midwife.
Yeah, I was gonna say midwife, man.
I gave birth to 6 babies this week. I've been quite busy. 6 babies.
See, BMT, you got the luxury of having a backyard in the country area. You see, I'm in the city. You see, Studio City ain't no growing nothing.
Where you at?
Studio City, California.
Okay.
It's like near the Burbank area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But salute to Mo. I'm subscribed to you, Mo. I'm subscribed to you, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
They appreciate you,
man.
Man.
To a conservative, to another conservative.
Yeah, MAGA.
So,
them Trump checks kicked in. BMT. Them Trump checks kicked in. I think Trump gonna get 40% of the black vote.
He most likely
all
will.
My homies saying Trump, my guy. Maybe I was wrong. You know, fuck CNN. They told us like my people. Like they getting them Trump checks and they spinning. I don't know. My business hasn't slowed down personally per se. So if the economy opens back up, I see nothing but more gains.
Okay.
Because the drone sales hasn't stopped, the hair sales hasn't stopped.
Right.
I didn't want to sell N95 masks because that's low ticket. But
now somebody,
I don't know, has anything slowed down for you? To be honest,
nothing for me nothing for me actually slowed down, because nothing really for me has slowed down, because I'm in real estate and transportation, and also buying of firearms. I'm in the South. I'm in the Bible Belt state. So like how I live, if anything, selling firearms has literally been a whole fire sale for a lot of us. And people, I've even had it where people have been contacting me from all over to try to get their hands on firearms. No, there's not a shortage in guns. I can promise you that there ain't gonna never be a shortage in guns. If anything,
really, my son was telling me that that he couldn't just buy stuff anymore. Like the few guns he has, he was like, ammo is hard to get.
It was okay. So with that going on, the process. Here's the thing about it: the government or the states were more focused on shutdowns, because to get your background check, let's say you go to a store to go get your firearm, you have to go get a background check from the state. But the states are more so focused on shutdowns.
Yes.
The people that normally are in those departments are more so like in law enforcement and security. They're more so worried about, damn, I got to make sure Jonathan, Mo, and Kelly are safe. I don't have time to be worried about background checks right now. Right. Also, along with that, whatever firearms, mind you, there's over millions of firearms already out there. It was kind of like the production of them. It wasn't like they slowed down, but they're like, for right now, guys, let's stop right now. Let's stop it. And whatever's out there is already out there. Like for me, I've even did a video. I just bought 2 shotguns like post time. Like the private to private seller, we've been trading and buying firearms off of each other. As far as it's been going with the state's like, well, dang, it's nothing we can do. Now ammunition is a different case. Now ammunition, that would have been the issue, because they slowed down on making ammunition. They're like, well, damn, how much ammunition? Because within, I believe, one store alone sold at least about $8 million worth of ammunition in one day. So literally, and the reason why, that's why when people said, oh, it's going to be martial law, I'm like, I don't think so.
No, it ain't.
Nobody's going to overlook that there's $8 million worth of ammunition in just one county alone out there. So
that's like 6 trillion. So Remington made a killing. Remington made a killing.
Right. So that's the thing about it. So when you see these protests, it wasn't like people were saying like, listen, man, like nobody's going into no FEMA camp. Like we can conduct our own self. Like we're gonna have to just be civil about it. And that's the thing about it. That's a testament to how our country is, where when people say if the government would have shut down, what would happen? And I believe and I'm just being honest, if the government would have shut down, certain states and counties will go into self-governing themselves to protect their way of life. And that's very true, because like right now, even though we don't have as many law enforcement, I've been contracted, as well as other people have been contracted, to watch farmlands. Like there's a farmer that pays $200 a night to watch his farm. So you watch his farm, and people have been stealing his chickens and cows and pigs and stuff. So he pays us to watch his farms. We have the clinics, they're being guarded. Like different stuff is being guarded by the people, because you got to think. Your mom, your granddad, and your grandma, and your parents and them, they got to go to dialysis. If the stuff from there gets stolen, they're out of luck. So it behooves the people to like, yo, we got to protect that stuff, because if people are coming in out of state and they're stealing that stuff, then that hurts the people who do need dialysis. That hurts the people that have to actually need medical care, like the girls that literally get off from college and from nursing school. They have people that walk them to their cars at nighttime, so that way nobody harasses those nurses. So that's been going on where I'm at. Somebody brought up a case in the chat, and we're gonna talk about it also.
Right.
Cyberbullying. We understand. We understand cyberbullying is a serious case. For right now, and I'm not gonna call it fake news, but I'm also I'm addressing it on a serious note because I've lost already 5 friends who are content creators who have committed suicide this year. So I've lost 5 friends. So I think one of the big issues I've dealt with cyber harassment. Mo and Kelly have dealt with it. Different people of content creators have dealt with cyber harassment.
Like BMT, I was rocking with you when everybody was going at you for like it seemed like a month. I'm like, this is insane.
Right. And the thing about it was I'm very thankful. I had good friends. I had good people around me that came and they were like, like, hey, like, don't worry about it. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I remember that's even when me and Mo even got even closer, where I think me and Mo started sharing content with each other, and he was sending his people over to my show. I was sending my people to his show, and he helped keep my mind on, the Sparrow. So I really think I never forgot that about Mo. So usually if Mo ever calls me, I'm kind of there because I never forgot that kind gesture. But I've also seen that when they also attacked Mo and Kelly. And I was like, yo, like, leave them alone. Cyberbullying is real. People don't understand it is a serious thing. A young woman has taken her life.
Is that true? Has that been confirmed?
From right now, from what I've been going about and looking into, for right now, she's passed away. Until we hear anything different, she's gone. Until we see her pop up, until we see her make another video, right now. Now, somehow people have been saying, well, we contact the coroner's office, and I said, first of all, let's stop. You can't do that. Right. If you're not the immediate family, that's how I know some of y'all are lying. If you're not the immediate family, that's like me contacting the coroner to find out about personal information about Mo. They're going to be like, who are you? Well, I just want to know. That's how I know some of y'all inhumane or stupid. Because no coroner is going to give out personal information, sensitive information about Kelly or Mo or John or me to just some guy or woman on social media. Are you serious? They will hang up the phone on you and block you because they know you're sick. Like, they don't do that. That's for the immediate family only. That's not for you. So the fact that, mind you, the thing about it is, and me and some other sources, we looked up when the young lady who took her life, she left a chronological history of the cyber stalking that she's been going through. So literally, you can look up all the stalking of her, about her children, the people that she's been dating, everything. And the thing about it, I try to tell people is, listen, man, if you don't like somebody, just leave them alone. Unsubscribe. Don't bother them. Be like, it's not that serious. I mean, it's not that serious. If I know some people don't bump with me or vibe with me, I don't make a big deal about it. I go about my business. And I tell the people the same thing. If you don't like what Mo's talking about, you don't have to go over there. Now, I can tell y'all right now, most of us content creators, the ones who are very neutral, we don't mind having y'all come up on our platforms and saying your piece. So long as you don't start attacking our people that we love and care about. Other than that, because we're still parents and we're still humans. But the thing about it is, I find it going too far when you start pulling up people's children. You start pulling up their personal life. You start pulling up the doxing stuff.
Exactly.
See, everybody's fine with stuff until somebody gets hurt or something serious happens, and
people love a car wreck, man.
Exactly. And
people love that car wreck in real time. In real time, they love to see it.
Right on, John. Right on, John.
You know, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna tell you why some people don't want to say it's real. Because if I was contributing to the madness, at some point, a part of me would have to recognize I drove this person to suicide. I helped along with that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's like the kid who's in school and you could have said, hey, I'll be your friend or I'll sit with you. But you were right there throwing food at them and doing things to them. So when they do kill themselves, it weighs upon everybody to say, wow, I contributed to this child taking their life. So it hurts. And the thing about it is we find, this is how I know a lot of social media has become inhumane, because we relish in people suffering and feeling less than a human. I don't think anybody, no matter what color, creed, background, is less than or doesn't deserve a right to live or pursuit of happiness. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all for everyone being right. I literally open my panel to everyone. But do I feel that we should attack each other? Or, I mean, yeah, you can say your piece, but I would never attack a child. There's some code line. I feel like once you start crossing them,
right,
it gets really murky. You can't, and when you start doing it, then it's kind of hard, for once you start being okay with people doing that, be wary, but it can always come back to you. What do y'all think about that? Or do y'all think that, hey, BMT, you're overthinking it? There shouldn't be nothing wrong with doxing. This is how we should split. What do y'all think about that?
You ain't overthinking this, man, because like you said, it's time to take the paws off. You gotta take the gloves off. After a while, when they start going after your family, your address is leaked. And pretty much you gotta go in full lockdown mode. You gotta protect your family at all costs. Like content creation is meant for the people that want to be able to hear, the stories, the ideologies, and people that want to breach in and want to say this and that and third. I don't know. I guess people don't have maturity enough to be able to say, okay, I may not agree with Mo, so let me click on and find another millionth channel to go to, instead of trying to say, oh, I don't agree with Mo. And it's cannibalism. It's crazy the way how they go after people. It's literally eating another person up. Like, I don't know. I don't have that type of trip where I want to obliterate the person.
I think the people that do these kind of things, like the doxing, putting out addresses, attacking kids, that we should all avoid them completely. I mean, they shouldn't be able to access panels, and I don't think that's fair. I mean, if you're gonna do that, but they should be like cut off to me. Like they deal with them for what? I don't want them kind of people around me.
Right. No.
So in my opinion, there should be a consequence.
Yeah, I made rules on my panel, like when I do YouTube channel, I made rules. I said, you can be petty, you can roast, but you're gonna be blocked. I said this, I don't want no bullying in my chat room. I don't want no bullying. You bullying, you gone. I don't want that. Everybody have the right to feel the way they feel. Everybody have a right to think what they think. I don't play that bullying stuff. I don't want to allow that, because I've been bullied growing up. I've been bullied growing up. Beat up because of being light skinned. You know what I'm saying? I've been bullied. Period. Bullied my family, but I don't play bullying. And because I wanted to commit suicide many years ago because I've been bullied. But I overcame that. And I have walked away from being. I was a victim from that. I was a victim from being bullied. You know, that's why I became this petty guy, this roasting guy. I know how to protect myself, but it's people out there that don't know how to protect themselves. They don't handle it the way we handle it.
Right.
I agree. I agree because you gotta protect yourself. Like with Mo, I agree.
I think this is the young lady. Sponsor Ray, read my mind. I think she before
Wait a minute, they made a whole form on her?
literally this is her archive, the last of her archives before she took her life. From what I was told. And literally it tells here's the thing about it. When somebody passes away, any and everything is up for grabs to what you can read from. And I would tell y'all, and I would want to warn y'all that if the family wanted to pursue stalking and harassment and go after a lawsuit, they could very well do that. And there's nothing y'all can do about it. It is in that when you gonna say, "Whoa, I have my rights." No, you can, but if they literally tell you to stop and you continue on and you cause that person, all right, y'all gonna understand. So literally, she showcases that literally, do not contact me. You have been blocked. She literally goes through a whole chronological thing. People that I guess had, she talks about everything that people were doing to her, stuff that she was going through. One thing about it, and I'm gonna say this, one thing that rings true about people before they die. They always leave the breadcrumbs or a letter of why they do that final push.
Mm-hmm.
They always will, and that's what I'm saying. If you don't believe me, every time before they do it, they always leave the breadcrumbs of why they do that final push, why they take the final lunge. They'll tell everything. I think there's a Netflix special, and I forgot the name of it, where the girl before she commits suicide, she makes tapes, and she leaves. It's called 13 tapes, and literally, what happens is she makes 13 cassette tapes for people to learn why she killed herself. And she left them with special people. I think one boy she slept with, and he told everybody in school that she was a slut. And literally different things. So it's different things that happen that cause and drive people to doing what they do. And I know that we like I said, well, I think we don't understand that certain people, they come on for certain spaces just to say, hey, I just want to talk with people or find like-minded people like me. Sansa Ray, Ratchet Mother taught her to be a scum bucket. And this is, like I said, people was sleeping with married men, taught me about infidelity. Like I said, she tells everything. I mean, when somebody knows that they're passing away, they don't mind laying out all the cards and all the stuff. She talked about how when she found somebody to be with, people harassed her and her child's father, and they started attacking her boyfriend and everything. She talked about everything that people were doing to her. So it's very interesting that she literally left all this behind. If y'all would like to know everything about her, guess what? It's all right here.
Where is that?
An unkind race right there, man.
Is that a website? Where is that?
You want me to drop it in there for you, Kelly?
What is that? Lipstick Alley?
Yeah, I want to look at that.
Okay. Like I said, here you go, guys. It's in the chat. That way y'all can make your own inference about it. So that way y'all say, well, BMT or WVNU. Nope. When somebody passes away, they always leave a diary of
that's sad. So
exactly. Then the sex seesaw effect. Yeah. Now we get to, and that's the thing about it. Who's RBR? I don't even know.
RBR is a nut, bro. He keep on her. Like, he harassed me all the time. Like, I laugh him off. With him, I'm like, no, I'm a protectionist. I laugh him off.
RBR, literally, I had teenagers on yesterday. Y'all know when I do the teenager thing. I had teenagers on yesterday. RBR called in on the show and started yelling at the teenagers and screaming at them and stuff and I don't know. Maybe Mo, maybe you and Kelly should invite him to dinner or something and have him.
I'm sure I tried too hard with him.
I'm sure.
RBR, get that SSI check. Yeah.
RBR, if you want to come on up, I guess you can come up. I don't know what the hell you gonna tell.
On Facebook, he never sent my friend request.
he calls me Amber Geiger.
Really?
Yes.
What?
He tells me I want to kill Maurice.
He's gonna kill you. Like oh my gosh,
he is crazy.
Wow, that's see, and you just gotta laugh that off after a while. You just gotta laugh it off. He's nuts.
Hey, blame O'Shea, but O'Shea the one who promoted him.
Like I said, I mean, hey, I don't stop. I don't, like I said, RBR to me is my herpes. I'll never be able to get rid of him.
He'll find a way to find you. He'll attach. He's like an incubator. He'll attach himself onto you.
What's going on, Ghost? What's going on, Ghost? Ghost, I'm not sure if you know, a young female took her life from this social media, I guess, thing that these people like doing. And I guess young female took her life. So, I'm sure if you want to say some words, that's up to you, Ghost. But yeah, RBR, you got to stop. You got to stop harassing.
Is that the guy named OG?
Yeah, OG.
Speed?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I heard him before on O'Shea's panel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
get some interesting info.
Mm-hmm. The next thing is so the next thing that we have going on, I want to give a shout out to Kanye West. He now is a billionaire. That is very interesting.
The Yeezys.
I want to say, now, a lot of people ask me about it. How do I feel about Kanye being a billionaire, and does he owe the black community anything? I'm gonna say, first of all, no. I'm just giving y'all honest. He does not.
No, they was calling him a coon when he met up with Trump.
Exactly.
I
got to be fair. We did watch the black community berate him and talk all kind of stuff about him when he was talking
about his wife, when he pimping his wife out.
Yeah, and I didn't find that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that how we were talking about his family when he was going to the White House arguing for prison reform. He was actually trying to get people out of incarceration.
Free Hoover.
He was literally saying, "Hey," he also took some of his money. He took some of his money, and actually, I think he donated it to Chicago Homes to help certain people. See, people don't know about that. He was taking his money. He was donating it to
recovery house or something. There, he has something. Yeah,
his mama.
He did the Star Wars thing for low income housing as well. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I remember that.
No. He what he did, he had he took his mama's house as well as other houses and bought them. And if you need recovery from rehab or mental health, or I think some of them are recovery houses and some of them are halfway houses. So literally, if you get out, you literally have a place to fall onto till you can get back on your feet. And like I said, a lot of people want to say, you know, a lot of people want to say, you know, like, hey, that's not enough. But I'm like, that's his money. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell none of y'all three how to spend your money. If you want to take your money and go make a big slice of meatloaf and doggone say, hey, I'm going to take this meatloaf and feed the community, I ain't going to say nothing. I'm like, that's y'all business.
Right.
Like Kanye actually does give back. Like here in Studio City, Kanye and Kim actually give back to the schools, and plus he owns a lot of real estate in this area, and he does the same exact thing he does in Chicago. You know, unfortunately, TMZ don't want to cover that, but you know,
it's those kind of things aren't covered, and you know, we also I want to give a special shout out to we have a young fella. He took his stimulus check and donated it to some children to go get them food for the situation going on. He took all $3,600 of his money. I know you don't want your name to be thrown out there, but he donated it to some children, and he didn't ask for a dime back. He didn't ask for any recognition. He did that, and I just wanted to tell him thank you. I think there's a lot of people who do things behind closed doors, not for recognition, but just to say, hey, like, you know, we all out here trying to get by. You know, and it's been pretty hard for a lot of people, regardless of race or color or age. Shit, I've seen the damn woman working at Zaxby's, and she's 65 years old, and she's still at Zaxby's working. And I was like, damn. She's like, I got 2 grandbabies. I don't know why a 65-year-old woman has 2 grandbabies, but she's taking care of 2 grandbabies, and literally, her daughter has never came back. Her daughter just left those 2 babies at the house, and now she's raising 2 babies on her own. So she literally is back at work. So a lot of Americans are definitely having it hard right now. Do y'all have any plans going forth this year? What do y'all think, y'all? What are y'all three? What's y'all plans? You know what I'm saying?
I know one thing I want to get up with you in regards to foreclosures. I'm trying to, in his city, I saw a couple things, but I really don't get it. I want to get into like foster care.
Really, Kelly, you want to get into foster care?
Yeah, absolutely.
Help me. You know,
they need some love. People are planning. While everybody's planning.
Go ahead and get ready to get a van, Kelly. You're gonna have a lot of babies hanging on you and stuff, and you sure you want to be a daddy again? And y'all gonna be busy braiding hair and doggone.
I love kids.
All right, you and Kelly gonna have a whole house full of kids. Y'all gonna be the old.
I'm with that.
All right. Hey, I and this is no shot to no dreamers, but we have a lot of children in the system. We have a lot of our children in the said system. And I don't take back what I said. I literally said that, listen, I would rather us take care of our children, I would rather take care of our children in the system and get like, if like, hey, you could take a child, you know what I'm saying? Or, like I even tell some people like, hey, I can't have children. I said, go adopt. If you can't bear a child, and there's a lot of women out there that can't, or men that say, well, I don't want to get married, I want to have a family. You can go adopt a child. Just go adopt somebody. I promise you they'll be happy. We keep making this little bad stereotype that all the kids in foster care are fucked up, or that's a really nasty stereotype. Like they're not bad. They just need a place. And after a while, they give up on hoping that, well, these 2 people say they're going to take me in. Are they just doing that for a check so they can abuse me? Or do they actually want to take care of me and give me a home? You know what I'm saying? Jonathan might be a good dad who might say, you know what? Let me teach this young guy or this young girl the rope and how to make said money. You know what I'm saying? There are people that do that. Mind you, it's funny that a lot of rich people adopt kids. to be their stewards. You know, you think that I don't know what the fuck goes on. Angelina Jolie don't need to adopt no more damn kid. We don't trust her no more. But but if Kelly and Mo do it, I definitely want that coverage. I definitely want to do that little coverage. I look forward to seeing Kelly there with a bunch of little black little babies running around her damn
black babies.
Saving lives. I see the saving lives.
I have most of Chinese babies, Chinese or damn Hispanic babies running around and shit, Paco and Ching Ling and shit and whatever shit going on, you know. You know, I mean, it's all over.
We don't discriminate. I mean, our kids are grown, so why not bring other ones in that we love?
Hey, what are they? Black, white, or Down syndrome, disabled, whatever. Let's bring it. You know, let's make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Now, I got a question. What made y'all want to go about the adopting side? Like that's a pretty big step.
I should say I'm really looking at like
foster.
I should have.
Yeah. It's more like foster, and you know, and.
But what happened to one of the little babies? Like, you want to adopt me, or you gonna...
And that's a potential
option. Yeah.
Okay. Don't expect that question to come up if they knock on your bedroom door and ask you, you know, are you going to adopt me? Like, what's the hold up? I got the paperwork right here. Like, you know,
that's for a 6-year-old with paperwork. A 6-year-old with paperwork. No,
I want to be the lady they call at 3 a.m. and they have an emergency situation and they need to place kids. You know, so I mean, we talked about it. We're both kind of on the same page.
Same page and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Are y'all kids okay with that? I want y'all kids like, wait, who are these kids?
Our kids are grown.
Yep, they're all grown.
With replacements.
Yeah, but y'all got grandchildren. Y'all, they're gonna be like, hold up, y'all got grandkids. Y'all don't got time for no foster children.
No,
like,
I actually don't.
I got 7 grandkids. 4 of them did it bad as hell. But
I guess I would have a woman to get married.
Yeah.
But I don't. My son doesn't have any kids yet, so.
You know, so hang on. Okay, so is your hair real? Yeah. Oh, this has always been my hair. I think it's always been my hair.
Now he trolling, man. You can see the roots. You can see the roots on this man's head.
I think like one time somebody asked me. I think one time I asked myself. I not to say I ever would do it. But I one time I asked myself, like, would I ever cut my dreads? And I think my whole team was like, they can't picture me without dreads anymore. Like, it just can't. I think there's only like, I think I've been having them for so long now.
You're right.
Now it's like a part of my.
I can't see myself having dreads either. I'm usually clean cut. I'm usually clean.
So yeah, like I said, like certain people, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have certain looks about them. It's just. When I first started out on radio, I didn't have dreads. So that's how I remember one time somebody said, "Oh yeah, I saw you on this show, and you know what I'm saying, you was talking to this female." And I said, "Well, what do I look like?" "Well, you got cornrows." And I said, "Oh, see, that's not me." Because I'm like,
when you get tiny ass dreadlocks. When you was on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, collaborating with Lucretia. I remember you the short ass lock. I didn't know you about BMT. I knew you about Josiah Johnson.
Right.
That's what I knew you about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how when people like, they like, because I can tell how long I've been on social media by my hair. Like, my hair is like my mark time. So like when Mo brings up Lucretia and like when I had the little beads and stuff, that's how I know I've been doing this for a long time. So when people,
on that line?
Yeah, and then Lucretia had put BMP on there and put me on there, right? Because you couldn't have 2 people on the panel at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like kick them off. All right, see you later. All right, who's the next guest? I was the next guest. Me and him were the only guests. There was just 2 of us on a panel.
Like, I think the thing about it is, me, Lucretia, and Mo were coming up together,
Yeah,
and we were rising up together. So that's when I always laugh when people say like, "Oh, well, there's no way y'all could have got as big as y'all are." I'm like, pause your brakes. We didn't start out on YouTube. We were on other segments. We were doing interviews and radio and doing on the street interviews and conservative talk and radio and all the stuff. Like me, Mo, Lucretia, we were out there in the streets doing things. So we already had our set fan bases of things that we were doing. It was only when they had the big purge on Facebook when they started pushing a lot of us off and a lot of our content stopped getting shown. That's when we were like, okay, time to go to Facebook. I mean, time to go to YouTube. Lucretia, she somewhat stays on Facebook, but me and Mo, we're more so out here now. So I think Hope is now coming out here. But for the radical us, like those of us out here, we're out here. I know Brandon Tatum. I know quite a lot of them. Jermaine DeBazio. Like all of us conservative content creators, we all know each other. It's just that we all have our own direction. I think the thing about me and Mo, we're more at ground street level to where we can just vibe with people looking at us too, like we're the problem children. But we talk with the liberals, Antifa, the atheists, and everybody. And like, how y'all talk to them? Ain't y'all want to be Christian? Yeah, but I'm saying we ain't going to judge. We want everybody to sit at the table. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody freaks out that I have a feminist on my panel. But I'm like, that's my baby. I ain't going to pick her off, you know what I'm saying? And I got everybody on my panel. So
BMT,
you know,
please show the comment, Corn Pop.
What is
please. He said you got about 50 pounds. 50 pounds of that on your head.
He said Uber guy hair.
Everybody's hair is fake.
He ain't fucking with Uber guy.
Uber guy's my guy though. That's my dude right there.
Yeah, I love Uber guy.
I like I said, like a lot of us, and that's the thing that's so crazy about it. It's weird enough. A lot of us, conservative black men, we all have dreads. We a lot of us have dreads. We didn't, and it wasn't something that we did mentally. We just noticed that Uber guy, Bo, me, I think who else? There's another guy. Yeah, a lot of us are dreads. A lot of us are dreadheads and stuff like that. I think that's the weird. So there's no one type of conservative look. It's just that I think one of our biggest things is we're really big on our family, like family. So I expect us to like be on our family thing, our way of life. That's the thing about it. Like we don't give a fuck what you do, so long as you're like, hey, if Jonathan's out there making money, he ain't bothering nobody, leave him the fuck alone. If Mo's out there with his doggo and his Becky and they happy and they licking toes and shit, leave Mo the fuck alone. Becky. Like just leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some dude came to me, BMT. I saw Mo on that damn Facebook laying down some woman in a blanket. I said, well shit. He ain't killing nobody, is he? Well, why is he on that damn Facebook taking pictures and smiling and shit? You know, he must have got some prostitute.
Black men always supposed to be pissed off. Black men always supposed to be pissed off.
I gotta be like
Black
that.
men always supposed to be pissed the fuck off. Even when they happy, they supposed to be pissed off.
I was like,
that Ice Cube shrug look. That Ice Cube look.
I'm like,
Ice Cube smug look.
Yeah, but if they're happy, if people are happy, they're happy.
Yeah, and I met her on YouTube. I sent the open link in a chat room, and all of a sudden she came on and I looked at her, I was flirting with her. Hey man, send me an email, I'm gonna shoot you my number. And next thing she happened to live like an hour from me. And I seen her about a week later, and we've been cool since. I met her on YouTube on my panel.
You know, it really caught me about Kelly. You know what caught me about Kelly? Kelly knows more about Black YouTube than the average Black person. And I was like, I was like, that's when I knew I couldn't be as Kelly. Oh yeah, you're BMT. I seen you on so and so. I said, wait, hold up. Who is this woman? She knows my whole track record better than me. Yeah, I saw you over there yesterday. I was like, you know what? Kelly, she be watching wherever we go. She just be keeping back. So I was like, listen, like I said, and that's the thing I love about you never know who you're gonna meet on these said sites. You never knew what people in walk of life that you're going to run into. That's why I be trying to tell people when people say, why do you don't talk about just black topics? But I'm like, there's not just black people in my chat. I have all races of people on my chat. I have Indian, I have whites, I have Hispanics. I have all said races in my chat, and you know what I'm saying, they're very respectful. They're very, they want to come up and they want to talk about their set experiences too. It's always good. I've been trying to get people of all races. I remember one time, and this is crazy. I'm the only one that so far has pulled it off. I had a day where I had all the white people come up and talk with us about damn reparations and all that shit. I said, all y'all white people come on up and tell me what y'all think about reparations. Yeah. And they weren't bad. They weren't bad. They were like, do y'all just want handouts? And I'm like, no, I want us to have health care, and I just want us to have trade, so that way, so if we don't want to go to college, that's fine. We can just pick up our trade and we can just learn our trade and go straight into the workforce. I think that's fine. If you give us that, we'll leave y'all the hell alone. And I think that's fair.
I agree.
Make us self-independent.
We need to reverse NAFTA. We need to reverse NAFTA because Clinton messed everybody up with NAFTA. That shit was stupid. Mm-hmm. Ross Perot pretty much destroyed out there. Because we need warehousing.
And the representation is horrible. When they did the HR 40 bill, I mean, they didn't have everything together. And then all the people that sat up there to represent, pretty much everybody was like, no. There's like one or two people that were for it. It's like, how are you going to have a panel of people that are opposing the bill that you want to push through? I mean, you have to put people up there that are going to be able to support it and, present it properly. Right. It was a crash and burn on that aspect of it.
I see. We need more people like Kelly to be in Congress. We need more people like Kelly in Congress because I'm serious. This is good. This is good white people right here. This is a great reputation. Mo, salute, my brother.
Like I said, I think the thing about it is, and this is the thing about it, and I always say this, they don't show the full, like, I really believe it. I don't think white people don't want us to get reparations. I don't believe that. I believe there's a big, vast majority of white people who are like, well, shit, just let them get it.
Yeah.
If we give it to them, then what they do with it, that's their business. Because nowadays we're in the age now where white people don't care if we give reparations anymore. They're like, well, shit, get it. Because if that's their great grandchildren and they just want their money, just give it to them so that way they can just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the stereotype or the belief that people really believe that we all want to live on welfare. I know it's like that food stamps and all that other shit. Nobody wants that. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, everybody. That's why I don't like it when we be saying like only black people are doing it. I've gone to the ghetto. White people are in there just like the black people. I've been in the trailer parks. Everybody, what's going on, man? Everybody.
Yeah, you want to give me some free shit? Is that what you're saying? Some free shit?
Nobody listen, like, y'all can miss me with that. Because I seen this one little Becky, and she pulled out that damn food stamp card, and it had $600 on there. And
nigga, what?
We were all kissing her ass to get them damn hot pockets and crab legs and shit. And best believe we were carrying her goddamn groceries and shit. The doggone. She was like, "Hey, we all gonna eat good today. Ain't nobody gonna starve." Oh shit, boy, she was Mother Teresa. But the thing about it is, well, we all understood that at some point, we were going to, start making money. And as we were making money, the food stamps started dwindling down. That's why whenever I hear people talk about the food stamps in Section 8, every year, for those of us who have ever been in those areas, we know that every year nowadays they push you off because they know that, okay, there's no way you're still making a set amount of money. Like nowadays, for you to be on unemployment, they ask you every week, give us your report. Are you looking for a said job? Because they want you to go back to work, unless you're disabled. Like I know, like for me, I'm a disabled vet.
Okay, great.
You know, I'm a disabled vet. I had some people get mad at me, like, well, BMT, why are you collecting from the government? Well, that I ain't nothing I can do. I got fucked up, serving my country. So, this is my life.
Somebody actually told you that?
Oh yeah. Like I said,
man,
you
served your country, man. You need. If I was the president, every veteran would get 10 G's, guaranteed.
But see, that's
if you got a problem with it, you don't care about the veterans.
Well, see, that's the thing about it. I understand certain said things are set up for said people. Like I know, like nowadays it's hard to live off of a fixed income. It's almost hard to do that. So I understand there are certain said people that I know. I know a lot of homeless veterans. Usually, whenever I try to take them to make sure that they wash off, that they get clean.
That makes me sick. I can't get with that. That makes me sick. There's no way or reason that should be homeless.
Well,
it shouldn't happen.
Well, like I said, and the thing about it, Kelly, you see, I've been homeless. I mean, when I was having my episodes, and one day I'll go into more detail about it. I had my episodes of PTSD, and I was dealing with my demons. So I ran away from home. Yes, I know BMT, he ran away from home. But it's hard when you're dealing with mental health and you're trying to actually find a ground to want to be around your children, your family, because you're trying to take yourself out of that certain mind state. And I did have a lot of homeless people, homeless men and women, they were looking out for me like, hey, like, did you eat yet? Like, no. And one of the big issues, like a lot of people say, well, why don't thank you, Mo. God bless you for that. They were like, well, why don't you just go to a shelter? And one of the issues that happened at a shelter, there was a people at the shelter, and what one of the guys was doing at the shelter, he was raping the veterans. If you wanted to be able to sleep, you had to have sex with him. So my friend, I was like, I'm not sure when people understand, like, to be able to get a cot or a bed in the shelter, you have to be in within a certain time.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get in within a certain time, or you don't get food, or you don't get a cot.
Yeah.
And my friend, he was like, Jeremy said, don't worry. Like, I called him, I said, I'm gonna be late. Traffic's pretty backed up. I gotta find some place to park my car. This is when I was out there in Kentucky. And he was like, don't worry about it. I got you. And I said, well, how you got me? Like, literally, he said, don't worry. I'll take one for the team. You know what I'm saying? You gave me a ride. I got you. And he was about to sexually please this man just so the way I could have some beef stew and rice and a doggone bed. And when I found that shit off, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say what I did to the guy, but he got his just desserts. And I said, Jeremy, fuck this place. Like, we're going. And he was like, no, Joe, we don't have to leave. But I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of evil people that take advantage of people in said predicaments. And I think that's why certain people choose to take their chances out there on the streets, because they're like, I don't want to do that. So I know homeless people that have been raped and harassed. I know not just women that have been harassed. I know men who have committed suicide. Like I said, I do what I do, and I talk about what I talk about to give people a voice to actually talk about certain said things. So I just don't. I'm very empathetic about things, because I wanted where if Jonathan would say, how do I find about property? I could tell him. If a doggone Kelly or Mo said, hey, I wanted to talk about stuff going on in the community, I got their back 120%. You know what I'm saying? Because
man, BMT, you my dog for that, man, because you helped me out. You and Charity on 2 episodes helped me on figuring out real estate. You know, I made the connections and figure out who I need to talk to. And I managed to do wholesale real estate and, you know, made a good 2,500 on each contract. So BMT is my guy for life. That brother helped me on how to figure out real estate. You know, my point is now my focus in the next 6 months. Yeah, man. I'm 22 years old, and my next step is getting more trade lines, scaling my e-commerce businesses, and hopefully put my family in a nice house with armed security and all the AR-15s they need. Make sure we, you know, if I can find one, you know, brother BMT gonna have to hook me up on that. But you know, brother BMT has helped me on a lot of things that I needed. Everything I asked, it was answered. You know, I rock. He good peoples, man.
Yes, he is.
He good people.
This is the last thing before we go. I wanted to show y'all. I get these emails, and I don't always show them. I always keep them as my little jewels. I have a lot of them, but I always believe that people are always trying to find a candle in the dark just to find their way. You know what I'm saying? And this is a guy I've been staying in contact. Sometimes when people say, "Why did you do that random video?" It's because certain people ask me to talk about things, like Jonathan. And this guy, at least I know he's safe. And he said, "You may not remember me. We talked a couple of times before. I joined the U.S. I joined the Army 25S ship on the 13th. I have shellfish algae blabbing about that. Other things that fucked me up, cost me my previous MOS. God is same man. I'd be lying if I said my whole life isn't flashing before my eyes right now. As you already well aware, everybody is harping about the this Middle East stuff, saying World War III. You and the rest of the vets have observed talking about and don't seem too worried, though. From what I noticed, I'm not either. Long story short, I was wondering if you had any advice heading into basic, going in, and ultimately for my service as a whole. I just want to keep to myself and keep my nose clean, save up my money, and see how I feel about it in the end up to the 5 years. I know we have talked, and this may just be an internal struggle I may have for some time, but there is one thing I'm excited about. It's the chance to rewrite my life. To be honest, I feel like I have dropped the ball a lot in my life and let folks and myself down. But as we keep telling myself, I just got to make it in these 5 or so years. And all that S doesn't exist anymore. Nobody will be able to point at and shove my crappy life in my face again. Anyway, sorry for the rant, but I was glad. It was good to talk to someone about this. Any advice on basic and such things? Appreciate it. Now he sent me this, right? And now he's in the military.
Out here saving lives, BMT.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is I try to support a lot of young men and women that send me information to make sure, and I know Kelly and Mo are going to be doing that soon, where they're going to be having it where, you know, they're going to have it where, you know, some little, you know, some men or women they're going to be angry and they're going to call up Mo and say, hey, can I just come by and talk with you, and Mo's gonna probably turn off the camera and go out there and sit down with them. And say, you want to come in and eat?
Right.
Do you want to do that?
You know, they just don't talk about it a lot.
Yep.
BMT.
You know, like I said, like this is the job that is placed upon a lot of our hearts. You know, you never know, John. Like there's gonna come time for you where you're gonna sit down with a young brother or sister that you're gonna see something in that nobody else is gonna see, and you're gonna sit down with them and you're gonna put them. It's just, you know, as you building up time.
Yes.
And you know, as you build up time, like I said, I stay in contact with him. He's now in the service now. He's now doing things for his life. And right now he said, I'm so glad that I listened to you. I'm in here. You know, he was sleeping on the couch. Now he's making money and he's moving forward with his life. And the thing about it is that's our job as people.
Yes.
If you have an extra loaf of bread, take that slice of bread, hand it to them with a cup of water and say, hey, I'm here.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And it's those little things like that people don't forget. Like people don't forget. You know what I'm saying? I told him, like, if he were to go overseas, let me know. I'll go get him a care package. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll say, hey Mo, I'll send you and Kelly some money. Could y'all go ship him some stuff? I know people will send him care packages because we care. We want to see. We know that as we're getting older, that y'all will be the future. Y'all will be the future, and it's gonna be what y'all make it. You know what I'm saying? So you know that I don't have to prove that I'm pro this, I'm pro that.
It's on us to take governance. It's on us to take governance because you can show us the way to water.
Exactly.
It's on us to take the action.
Yes.
Implement it and figure out a way how to be able to, read on certain, hidden rules, because there's a lot of things that a lot of people my age, they don't understand the hidden rules or the silent rule method on certain scenarios. But yeah, man, like, because with the transition, the more that the older people talk to the youth and the youth take it serious, and or the youth situation is serious to the point where I need to make a move. It's time to make plays. We scrambling, we pump faking, we trying to figure out where do we need to throw the ball at, and we find a receiver, and you help us be able to make great moves, and we have to bring it back to the next generation behind us, because we can't leave behind a furnace. We can't just nah. At least that's on my perspective. We can't just leave a fire.
Speak on it, man. Speak on it.
But like I appreciate everything that BMT has pretty much done with this platform. It's balanced to the point where you can learn.
Yeah, he's putting the work, bro. Yeah, brother.
Like I said,
and for one thing, another thing I wanted to add is I don't know. I don't understand why people like to be able to shit on the youth and not necessarily make the opportunity. Like, dude, BMT, these pumping dumb niggas. I'm sorry, I have to say it, but I'm sorry, I have to say it. These niggas talking about pumping dumb. They create 60 children by themselves, but they say that they're against single mothers.
Yeah.
BMT, how did that make sense?
That's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Brother BMT, how does that make sense?
It really don't. Because I want y'all, we understand this, for us who are all parents, we want y'all to be successful. We want y'all to be successful, and we want y'all to have money. We want y'all to live a full life. All three of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my children, and I have other kids that I've seen that, hell, like I said, I got people that hit me up from college all the way to high school, and they're like, well, I'm grown now, like, that I done watched them from since they were youngin', and now they're older now, and they're like, well, damn, can you come and walk me across the stage like my dad, or as other stuff? And so I almost like I got like, I probably say I got like 14 kids, and literally they still hit me up. And the thing about it is, we want all of y'all to make it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no harm upon y'all.
Exactly.
And we just want y'all to make it, and we know that things are going to get harder. And if we can impart to y'all the knowledge, the wisdom, then we done our job. We done did our job. That's why I was very happy that Mo and Kelly are going to become foster parents. You know what I'm saying? So if they need some money, and if I got it, I'm you know what I'm saying, hey y'all, I'm gonna send y'all at least about $30 or $40. You know what I'm saying? That we at least could put some gas in that goddamn van or shuttle bus, wherever they driving and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna be driving a goddamn shuttle bus or some shit.
Right. On everything, my nigga.
So that way, you know what I'm saying? And if John, if you need help, you know, I got your back. Like I said, like right now, I just wanted to see us all make it, man. That's all I do. I really do. You know,
can I at least throw a funny story in BMT? Like I know, brother. He's like 2 years younger than me, so I'm the little homie, but he my little homie, and he got like 6 kids. He got 6 kids at 20. Yeah, brother, yes, brother. Yes, the Red Fox. Yes, the Red Fox. Yes, the Fred G edition. The Fred G edition.
That's the big one.
Can we get at least, because I told him, what are you doing? What are you doing? My brother. Now, the funny part about it is his mother is going to bail him out. And that's the worst thing that she can do. Because he's going to do, I bet you he's going to have 30 kids. He's going to be on Oprah Winfrey's network 10 years later. Ayana Fix My Life. He's going to be on Ayana Fix My Life. Talking about Donald Trump Jr. need to do child support reform. Donald Trump Jr. need to do child support reform. You know, Trump need to bail me out. I already predicted it because I told him, dude, what are you doing? I call it into existence.
Yes.
Don't forget Maury.
Yeah. Maury's still going strong. He's still going strong.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. I'm trying to get like Maury.
Don't worry, you'll have plenty of them. You'll have plenty of them. You guys, like I said, I thank y'all. I'm probably going to do some more open talk, you know, where we can just come up here and chill. And, you know, if y'all want to whatever weigh in, say what you want to say, from Cornbread to Steven to all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, you have that space or that right.
Cornbread, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all good with me. Because like I said, I didn't get here overnight. It took us time. That's why when people always say, well, that's why I always laugh when people say, BMT, all your subscribers are fake. I'm like, no. I said, actually, anything, we lost a lot of subscribers because we kept it real. And I like me and Mo, we talk almost any other day or week about, hey, like our job is just to tell the truth, regardless of how we feel about it. Just rather be honest, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like between that, you know, mental health and therapy, that's just always just been one of our causes. And you know, half the time that's just one of the things. But I very much love y'all. I love all of y'all. I know one day, like I said, I always tell Mo, like, hey, you know, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thank you for that, Corn Pop. Like I try to just be, you know, give y'all honestly good content straight across the board, for men and women and just anybody. So other than that, you guys, let's say goodnight. I'm going to go drink some more beer until I black out.
Yes,
I'm out of alcohol. I'm actually out. So
don't worry, you'll pick up some later on. You'll pick up some later on.
I'm gonna roll up. Yep. I'm gonna roll up some of that California sticky icky.
RBR, please.
And I'm about to play the game, and I'm about to get ready for my business early in the morning. Well, shit. What time is it? Well, 4 in California, so I'm gonna play my game until 2.
See, y'all
then
niggas,
6 in the morning. I gotta get to work.
I'm trying to get me a Pac-Man arcade game.
They sell that. They sell that at Walmart. They got the arcade thing at Walmart.
I saw that today. Remember?
No, but it was teenagers.
But it was teenagers. I want a Pac-Man.
They got it at Walmart. I will find it for you, and I will.
You find it, I will buy that shit.
Like I said,
I'm gonna sit up there like
if you can get RBR to leave me alone, then I will definitely go half with you on that.
RBR called a thread in RBR.
RBR been stalking me for 2 days.
Keep fucking with everybody.
That's why I wanted to turn on my phone.
He's like a parasite that be on your ass. I'm trying to take a shit. He literally be on your ass biting you.
I wanted to turn on my phone. If I turn on the phone line, RBR usually calls me and curses me out for 30 minutes. So I think
nigga got your number.
Yeah, he got my phone number, so he can call me. So usually that's usually my pillow talk buddy at nighttime with RBR. I don't know. I deal with it.
That's funny how he got on a debate with X.
I don't know what you.
The debate with X was funny.
If RBR called,
the debate with X was funny. If y'all remember that when he got on X panel.
Let me call RBR.
He's saying that you root for the KKK. He's saying that you want to kill black babies. You want to initiate young brothers into the KKK. Obama this, Obama that, Obama. AM1 had to tell him, get Obama's nuts out your mouth. AM1 had to tell him, get Obama nuts out your mouth.
Yeah, right.
After a while, he'd been saying that after 4 hours straight. It's like, damn.
And then he's such an advocate of the people about Joe Biden because he was under the greatest person ever.
Yeah.
Please leave your.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. Joe Biden is like he gonna put Negroes in the new grinder if he get elected.
I'm cool. You and Kelly can have y'all nice little 3-way pillow talk with RBR and okay. I don't know why I'm doing that, so that way Mo can just Mo can have his little pen pal buddy RBR to talk to every damn night and shit. So I guess so. So Kelly,
I like that nigga. I you know what? I like the nigga.
I guess so. You got a sick mind. So I guess
he's funny to me. I think he's funny. I'm entertained by him.
The shit is funny. Because when he went after me, when he went on my Facebook page and found out I was a male dancer, he couldn't stop. He would have harped on me all one time every day.
He'll be a friend for the rest of y'all life.
He would. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That I'm gonna send him a wedding invite.
Oh, send him.
Let me say this: there was God, there's Satan, and there's RBR.
That involving Obama.
RBR that's gonna be there.
Let me know when y'all do get married. I'll try to make it, but I don't feel like getting cursed. If RBR's coming,
Obama created 25 million jobs. Obama created 25 million jobs. Mo, no, that's a lie. Mo.
Oh, like I
Mo,
said,
RBR equals Bob. See, they don't know about Bob. Bob is the super troll of YouTube. Bob, Trumpster Bob.
Oh yeah,
Trumpster Bob.
RBR likes
Trumpster Bob. He's trying to figure out what's in your ass.
RBR likes going over to JB Gunner's.
Trumpster Bob was trying to figure out what's in your ass. You talking about your ass?
Actually, JB Gunner had reached out to me one on his channel.
It's always in his mind.
I don't like JB
Trumpster Bob is a trip.
But you don't trust him. Everybody don't trust the Bob.
I do not like JB Gunner.
Everybody knows Trumpster
you like
Bob.
RBR, but you don't like JB.
He trying to figure out what's in your ass.
No.
Oh my goodness! Like I said, well, no. I know. Well, it's good to know that me and more on RBR's top 5 list of everything. And
he called you.
I think I'm like top 20.
Yeah. He called me the King Coon.
Because he docked me.
I feel left out. I thought I was a King Coon.
I don't know how I keep getting to the top of the list, and I really don't have.
What happened to Ruby? I'm like, no.
Yeah, he bashed Ruby.
Because Ruby's affiliated with me, so he thinks I
like Ruby though. For some strange reason, Ruby get a pass in certain segments.
Not anymore, but he thinking I indoctrinated.
Not
Ruby.
Anymore.
He thinks I indoctrinated Ruby. He thinks I fucked up.
You put her in the clan, damn it!
You put that computer chip on her.
Let me get out of here before RBR. Oh Lord, let me get out of here. RBR is calling my phone right now, so I'm getting off the phone.
Yes, answer
I'm not answering it. I'm going to bed. I don't have time to hear RBR. I got a whole nother day. Y'all, if I could get RBR y'all phone number, I'll call y'all.
This shit is candy, man. This shit is candy,
man. Like, I'm going to bed.
This shit is candy, man.
So I'll see y'all guys later. Y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Love y'all. Good night, y'all. God damn.